In other news, the Police Minister Bheki Cele has expressed grave concerns over what he says is a continued rise in contact crimes. 6,285 people were murdered in South Africa between January and March of this year. Cele says, while this is the lowest increase in some time, more needs to be done to fight the high rate of violence. The Minister was presenting the crime statistics for the first quarter of this year. Athi Mtongana spoke to the National Police Commissioner, Fannie Masemola.
It remains concerning that in South Africa, continually, when the South African police deliver the crime statistics, that contact crimes, particularly violent crimes and murders, seem to be on the increase, and certainly from the period that they were reporting on today, from January to March, that murders have certainly increased to about 3.4%, a very worrying figure, because of course this speaks to how many people get murdered in South Africa a day. And I am joined by the National Police Commissioner, who's going to shed some light in terms of what perhaps the police are doing then to combat this constant increase, particularly with regards to violent crimes and murders. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsroom.
Thanks, Ati, and your viewers. We have, of course, as we release the crime stats, we have seen that murder have increased with 3%. It is an increase, but much more less than what it was last time. We are doing our best in terms of combating crime, in terms of operations that we are holding countrywide. We ensure that every weekends, especially peak hours where we know crime is happening, we are deployed, and we do, of course, raid your liquor outlets where most of these crimes are happening, which your taverns are mostly where most of the crime is being generated, and they will continue with those weekend operations to make sure that we decrease this crime. But however, take note that not all these crimes happens in public. Some, yes, murder, some happen in public, but some happen in those social environments where police won't be there at all times.
Commissioner, there's also something that came up with regards to decreases, in as much as we are now reporting on the increase on murders, but you are reporting decreases, and I just want you to outline some of those areas, and let's start off perhaps with the murders, child murders in particular.
Yeah, there is a decrease in terms of child murders from over 300 to just above 200, and you will also recall that our FCS unit, country-wise, our FCS is one of those units that are doing us proud in terms of crimes against women and children. For children, for the same quarter, the fourth quarter, there is 42 convictions for different crimes against children. And for the same period, there is 125 convictions for crimes against women, various crimes. So it shows that...
Including sexual offences, Commissioner?
Yes, correct. But that is a sample taken from the total crimes. Yes, so there's quite remarkable success. But of course, getting a conviction is too late because the crime should have been prevented. So we have empowered our units. You recall last year we boosted the unit FCS with over 300 members. We gave them other tools of trade, and even this year, as we speak, we have got over 400 detectives at Hammanskraal Academy undergoing training to become detectives, and out of that, FCS have got a share on its own. But of course, also the numbers that we recruited into the service last year of 12,000. We are plowing back, we are deploying them with a view to prevent those crimes that are preventable, especially where we can be able to, we are deploying, and where we can also even, in terms of awareness, make sure that we make, us and the community make proactive measures to make sure that the people are aware that they should look after their children and the people should look after themselves.